Hayden Paddon was the only driver to stay in touch with Mason on day one. Will a new day bring a stronger challenge from the man from Geraldine in South Canterbury?
Well, you can see a little bit there. He's got a bit of an understeer problem like he had yesterday. But these roads will certainly test Hayden Paddon. Very, very fast roads. And just on that corner there, Clint, you can see that Hayden Paddon drifting wide, actually throwing the car to get the car in to try and get over the understeer problem.
Checking out his time as he comes down to the finish on the opening stage of day 2. 16:07.5. He's slower than Mason. Could be a chance for Hayden Paddon to try and close up that gap. Just 1.1 seconds down on Mason.
But just look how much of the road Hayden's using. The problem he's got, he's had to go for a very wide tyre. And you can see there the car floating across the top of the surface with this wide tyre. Hayden's got a lot of forward grip. He's got good braking grip, but very little side bite in this car.
Rally drivers love it when you can feel the car.
Hayden second after 2 stages, 12.4 down on Richard.
Yeah, as usual, Richard's flying, and it's a bit of deja vu as well, where I think we're the same margin down at the first service yesterday, so there's a few more stages today. I'm going to grip my teeth and try and get into it and try and close the gap.
Remember, it's a change of direction this year for this stage, so how would that affect Paddon's time?
Well, it'll certainly be a challenge for them, but you've got to remember they've got pace notes, so that's what they'll be focusing on, the pace notes through the stage.
His time, 7 minutes 59.8. Still can't beat Mason. The one thing we can do is compare Mason and Paddon on the same stage in the same conditions.
Break mid-crest, 37.
Minus, don't cut.
100.
Just listen to the co-drivers.
120. 5 left plus.
Sarah Mason sounds so relaxed when she's calling notes, but John Kennard with Hayden Paddon certainly has a sense of urgency in his voice. The other thing to notice is Richard Mason seems to be cutting the corner a little bit more than Hayden Paddon, getting in on the apex.
Okay, so how is Paddon going to match that time?
Wow, just look at that commitment he's got through there. He's flying.
Flat mid-crest, 18k left, 50, flat right crest.
Here comes these big yumps again, Brownie.
Break on right crest, 100, full right.
And there goes your gut.
Narrows.
This is commitment plus.
31:01.9 and drama in the car.
Every time you get that bloody gravel noise, it just distorts all to hell and you can't hear anything. I can't hear it and you can't hear me.
Hayden, looks like Richard's gone about 25 seconds quicker through there.
Yeah, the intercom failed about a quarter of the way through, and I could only barely hear John, so I was focusing so much on trying to listen to the right notes and get here, and there was a few hairy moments, but very frustrating. Like we've been pushing hard all weekend, and come here and a silly thing like an intercom fails on us, so never mind.
Do a spare helmet help solve the intercom problems for Hayden Paddon, but all he could hope for today was second place.
Yeah, we lost too much time in that last stage here, so now it's a matter of protecting second and just getting to the finish.
Richard pulled a whopping one in there. Did you have a problem?
Yeah, the intercom failed about a quarter of the way through, which was a bit of a pain. One of it was in my helmet, and hardly could hear John's calls, missed lots of calls, had a few hairy moments, and it was more of a matter of just trying to really focus on a little bit I could hear, and a little bit of focus went off my driving, so it was a matter of getting through there, which we did, and just a bit unfortunate, come at the wrong time and for the long stage.
Bashes the record by 12 seconds. So that's really put the pressure on Hayden Paddon, although he was happy with second place, a minute in front of Stuart Taylor. Aside from his intercom problems, Hayden Paddon had a faultless run to finish second overall. Good showing from the 21-year-old after a disappointing start at Wairarapa.
Well, Hayden Paddon certainly showed a lot of commitment. He even has time to put the right-hand indicator on. Great drive from Hayden. Looks like today Richard really on the long stage is where he really inched ahead.
Yeah, it did, and obviously I struggled a bit on the long one, and then the last stage, again, overshot a junction, but other than that, I think we're making steps in the right direction. I feel like we're getting faster, and I've stepped up my pace, so bring on Whangarei. I'm sure that will suit us, the tyres and the car.